I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we'll understand what piecewise functions are. We are going to explore few examples shared by my student Aryan. We'll see how to sketch them accurately, interpret them, write functions from the graph, and even model real life situations. Two examples from real life situations will be taken. The examples are very commonly seen in examinations, and so they'll be very important for you. Our approach, engaging minds, help us to perform much better. We can now connect to context, visualize strategy, apply learnings, and bridge the gaps. Engaging minds help in creative thinking and problem solving. Gain the confidence, get ready for future. We develop both mathematical and social skills. I can be part of your success story. Build strong foundation and ensure bright future. That is the gift of education. You can always contact me on the email address given. Join my classes. Let us now enjoy the class with Aryan. Hi Aryan, how are you doing?
Hi, sir. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. So today, what do you want to learn?
Today I would like to focus on piecewise functions.
Okay, so have you shared the document?
Yeah, it's in the folder.
Okay, okay. So I'll just share that with you and then we'll work on it. Correct. So there you go. Is this the file, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Okay. So let's try to understand what piecewise function is. You understand what is a piecewise function?
To a good extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can
So
just go over it.
more than one function joined together is a piecewise function. There could be breaks
Yeah.
in between. So we could be looking for inequalities and the points where it is discontinuous, points of discontinuities. We might also analyze the type of this inequality at times, correct? Okay, let's begin
Yep.
with it. So part one, carefully graph each of the following, identify whether or not the graph is a function, then evaluate the graph at any specific domain value. You may use your calculator to help you graph, but you must sketch it carefully on the grid. Perfect. So can you help me sketch this graph? First function is f of x is x plus 5, and
Yep.
when x is less than minus 2, and it is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 3 when x is greater than minus 2. So at minus 2, we might have a discontinuity, which is right there, right? So how will you sketch it? Tell me. So easy way is that we have this function which is linear. To draw a line, you just need 2 points, correct?
Okay.
So when I have f of x equals to x plus 5, and I know that this is actually less than minus 2. In that case, I could take 2 points, definitely starting with minus 2, where we are going to have a hole, right? So
Yep.
at if I put f of minus 2 here, then I get what? Minus 2 plus 5, which gives me plus 3, right? So at minus 2, I have a point which is plus 3, which will be a hole. Do you understand? So we have a
Mm.
hole at minus 2, 3, right? Since this point is not included, the inequality says less than minus 2. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Let's take another point. Let's say f of minus 4, let's say, right? So if I write minus 4 here, so I get minus 4 plus 5, which is equal to 1, which is a point on the curve. So minus 2 we have taken, 3, 4, and then we have plus
Okay.
1 here, right?
Yeah.
So when you connect these 2 points, you get the left side of the curve. So let me just correct them.
carefully, and then we get the left side of the curve. That's what we get. And also see, very important point here is that it has a 0 at -5. So, so 2 to 4 and 1, 5. So we have a 0 at -5. Is it okay? So note that
Yeah.
f of -5 is actually a 0. Is it okay? So that is the
Yeah.
left side of the piecewise function. Now let's look into the right side. Now, whenever it comes to quadratic function, I prefer to write this in vertex form so that we understand which part of the parabola are we working with. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So the vertex form will be what? F of x is equals to x squared plus 2x plus 3, and we want x to be greater than equal to 2, correct? So now the vertex is at -1, right? Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. -1 is the vertex, and we can actually, from this parabola, see that you could also factor 3 times 2. We could also factor this, and that will be easier for us to sketch x
Yeah.
plus 3. Oh, because that is plus, so we cannot actually, we can, uh, we cannot factor this, right? So
Yeah.
anyways, let me just, I thought it's -3. Okay, that's good. Okay, anyway, so let's actually find the vertex of this. So adding half of 2 square, which is 1, we get x plus 2x plus 1 minus 1 plus 3, correct? So that gives
Yeah.
you the vertex as expected at plus -1, right? And this -1 plus 3 can be combined to write as 2.
Yeah.
So definitely we have a point which is -2 is included. So let's plug in -2 for sure and see what the value of the function is. So when I plug in -2, I get what? -2 plus 1 whole square plus 2. And that is 1 plus 2, which is 3. So at -2, I do get a point, and which is 3 for us. So that means the function is continuous at -2, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. And now we have the vertex, which is at vertex is at -1 and 2,
Minus 2. Yeah.
-1 and 2. So at -1 and 2, we have the vertex. So we have this vertex right there. And from the symmetry, we can sketch rest of the parabola. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So we know the steps will be 1, 3, 5, 7. So you can also use steps, which is 1, 3, 5, 7. Do you understand the concept of steps?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. So one step, and then we go there 2 steps, right? 1, 3. So 3 steps, and then 5. So we have this parabola, which could be sketched like this on the right hand side, correct?
Yeah.
So we have our function, which is a piecewise function, as you can see. And is it a function? Yes, it is, right? So because it passes a vertical line test, right? So definitely
Yeah.
it is a function, and also a continuous function, right? Now we can plug
Yeah.
in the values and find the values f of 3. Now it's a good idea. If you look at the question initially, you know you have to find these values. It's a good idea to find these values first, correct? So at least they are on your graph, correct?
Yeah.
So plug in 3. So we can plug in 3 and find the value, not a difficult issue at all. So you can just plug in 3, which will be in the second part. So you have 3 square plus 2 times 3 plus 3, right? And you get
Yeah.
what? 9 plus 3 is 12
9
plus 6, 18, right? -4. So -4 will be on the linear side, right? So it is -4 plus 5, as we calculated earlier, is 1. And at -2, the value will be equal to 3. We have to use the quadratic function, right? Which we did.
Yeah.
So from there, we can write that the value is 3. Is it okay? So
Okay.
those are the 3 points which we have calculated. So 1, which is calculated here, -4, we calculated. And at 3, 1, 2, 3, it goes slightly away from the graph, but the value will be 18, right? So let's say this value somewhere here is 18, y value. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. So that is how you actually do this. And this is also, can you tell me the domain range of this function? Let's extend this.
Yeah.
So domain of this function is? X belongs to real numbers, it is continuous, and the range of this function is also all real numbers. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that is how we could actually do it. So let me erase this and we can look into the second question now. Can you please read the second question?
Yeah. F of x is equal to 2x plus 1, where x is greater than or equal to 1. And f of x is equal to x squared plus 3, where x is less than 1.
Correct. So can you help me sketch this? First thing, will it be a function or not? Can you tell me that? Without graphing.
It will be a function. I
Yes,
think.
it is a function. For sure, it is a function, correct? Since we know that the domain is split, right? And in both the sides, we have functions. We have a split domain from x equals to 1. On one side, it is linear, which is on the right hand side this time, and other side, it is quadratic, which is on the left hand side. So definitely, it is a function. Now let's sketch it. Let's find the values first. So when we say f of minus 2, can you tell me what is f of minus 2?
Yeah, that one. F of minus 2 is just 7. Yeah, 7.
And f of 6?
F of 6 is just 13.
And f of 1 will be a linear function, right? So 2 times 1 plus 1, because that is included there, so it is 3. So we can use
Yeah.
some of these values. We know now at 1, we have a value 3, right? So at 1, we have 1, 2, 3. So that's one of the points on the curve. And minus 2 gives us 7. So minus 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just at the edge of this. Correct. And at 6, it is 13. We cannot plot this point, but anyway, we have an idea that at 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is way beyond, right? Somewhere there. Correct.
Yeah.
We have a straight line on the right hand side. So it's a good idea to take another point. So 2x plus 1, we know at 1, let's plug in f of, let us say 3 this time, or let's say 2 this time, right? F of 2. So when I plug in 2, then I get what? 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, right? 5. So that
Yeah.
at 2, it gives me 3 and 2, 5. Right. So a step of 2, it makes sense, right? So we can actually go with the step of 2, and then that is not the right point, but we'll go forward, right? So
Yeah.
where this point is included, right hand side being a straight line, linear function. On the left hand side, we have a vertex at 0 and at which point? Plus 3, right? So if I put in 0, I get 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So which is this point here.
Yeah.
And if I write minus 1, f of minus 1 is what? So let me just plug in value. F of minus 1 will be, let's say, plus 1, but not included, right? So it will be like when I look into this parabola part, right? So it is 1 square plus 3, which is 4. But 4 is not included. This is a whole, right? We're looking for a whole. And the whole is at 1, 4, correct? So
Yeah.
at 1, we have a value which is right there. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So it's a parabola. From symmetry, we can get the other points, right? Steps 1, 3, 5, 7. So we got 1, and then you 1, 2, 3. You can actually have these points, and then you sketch this part of the graph. So this part of the graph is kind of like this. Is that clear to you?
Not. Yeah.
So it moves up. A parabola opens up as shown here. Okay, I should have drawn it in the second case, but that is how it is going to be. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Correct. So that is how we'll do this. So is this concept clear of piecewise functions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me clear the screen and we'll move on to the next question. Okay, so we have another question here, which is two linear functions. I think simple enough. You can do it, right?
Yeah.
Question number 3, do you need any help? I don't think so, right?
No,
We'll
no, we can
go.
just go to the other one.
Yeah. So question number 4, can you tell me how will you do question number 4? There are now 3 pieces. First one is parabola on the left side of 0, and the other two are, one is linear and then we have a constant function, correct? So
Yeah.
basically we have a parabola which is at, we can straight away draw this, x squared minus 1 means at 0 it is going to be minus 1, so that gives you the point here. Let me annotate.
Okay.
Correct. So at minus 1, okay. So at minus 1, I mean at 0 we have minus, which we are doing question 4, right? Okay. So at
Yeah.
0 we have minus 1. So there you go. And this parabola is to the left side and it is opening up. So we'll go with steps of 1, 3, 5, 7. So first step, and then at 3, and then at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it kind of goes like this. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. On the right hand side, we have a linear function, which is 2x minus 1. If I plug in 0, I get minus 1. So again, it is continuous. It has a hole from the line part. And at 5, if I put 10 minus 1 is 9. So at 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 1 above. So that is how it is. I'll prefer to sketch this line with step of 2 here. And then we can actually join this. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
It's going really out of the thing. No, but when x is greater than 5, it is a constant value of 3. So that is the third piece, which I'm going to shade in green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, but with a hole here and then right. Is that clear to you? A constant function at 3. Correct, Aryan? So you are on mute, so I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Right. Okay. So
yeah.
that's fine. You can calculate all these values, no issues, right? We
Yeah,
already
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Okay. Next, and this is also a function, as you can see. And from the interval itself, you can see that this is a function, right? Now, can you tell me
Yeah.
what is the value of the function at 5? F of 5 is what?
Um, f of yeah, it's just 9.
So we have to look at the part where 5 is included, and it is 9.
Yeah.
2 times 5 minus 1. And at 0, which is included with the quadratic function, it is minus 1. And minus 2 is also in the quadratic part of it. So minus 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So that should have been 3. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Now, similarly, we can do the next function. Clearly, we have this interval left and right side of the origin. I mean, x equals to 0. So two different functions, right? One
Yeah.
parabola opening up, the other parabola opening down. And this is also a function, right? So we
Yeah.
know this is also a function. Okay. Sketching is very simple in this case. X, when it is equal to 0, we are talking about the point at the origin itself. And then when it is greater than 0, we are looking into the other parabola, which is going downwards, right? So if I write a value, which is like x equals to 1, for example, then it is 4 minus 1, which is 3. So, so that portion is at 0, it is plus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me use different ink here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not included. This is for
Yeah.
this function, right? So as soon as I put 2 there, so 2 squared is 4, we have a 0 there. So we have a 0 here, right? So it's a parabola, which is kind of going like this. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
And on the right hand side, it is a parabola with steps 1, 3, 5, 7. So it is, these are my points. 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then like this.
Yeah.
That is how this function is going to be. You can always find these points. Clear?
Yeah.
Correct. So let me just move the screen and see other questions. Question number 6. Can you do this question?
Yeah. Yeah.
No issues. Let's move to part 2. And part 2, can you please read question number 7? What is part 2?
Yeah. Write equations for the piecewise functions whose graphs are shown below. Assume
Correct.
that the units are 1 for every tick mark.
Perfect. So will you answer the first one? So what is the answer for first one? Tell me. So let me write f of x as equal to divided two pieces, one on the right side of 0. So we can say x is greater than, we could include anywhere, right? And the other
Yeah.
one is x less than 0. So here we have both lines and the slope seems to be how much? Take 2 points on it. So one point is at the origin itself. So it's a direct variation. And then you look for this particular point is a good point. So what I'm trying to say here is that this is a very good point to check, and this is a good point to check. So there seems to be a skip here. So let me just draw a line. Just let's be very clear about it. So we have this point as 1, 2, 3. So at 3, we have a value which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the slope m is 6 over 3, which is 2. And therefore, the equation of this line should be 2x. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So equation of this line is 2x. Now, the other line, which is going downwards, negative slope of 1, right? So which is minus x. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So that is how we get the function, which is for question number 7.
Okay.
Now, let's do question number 8. Can you help me doing question number 8, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on the left side of this point is minus 2, right? So let's work for x, which is less than minus 2,
Yeah.
since that point is not included, right? So in that case, the function f of x is equal to what? It is a straight line with a negative slope, but which starts at 1, 2,
Wait.
3, right?
The negative slope?
Because going down. Oh yeah,
Oh,
positive slope.
no.
Sorry, sorry.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That other line was also positive. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
That's what I was like asking. Yeah.
Sorry, sorry. That was also positive. This is also positive. Yeah. Okay. So here we have a point which is at 1, 2, 3 up, right? So,
Yeah.
so and so it is at 1, 2. So this point here given to us. Can you give me the equation of this now? Minus 2 and 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
And x-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. We know slope is positive 1, right? So we can, so at it is at minus 2, it is 3. At minus 1, it is going to be 4. And at 0, it is going to be 5. Correct. So y-intercept is going to be 5 for this line, which you can also otherwise find. So it is 5 plus x or x plus 5. Is it okay?
Yeah.
The constant value is at minus 2. So this one is at minus 2 for x greater than equal to minus 2. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is filled. Perfect. Now here we have three pieces of a function. Well, all of them which we are given so far are all functions, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's clear. Now let's move forward. Right. So there are some complicated functions coming up now. Let's look into these.
Yeah.
Okay. So Aryan, which one will you like to do from here?
Let's do number let's just do number 10.
10. Okay. So 10 f of x can be now written as three pieces, right? So there are three pieces in it, correct? So tell me equation of each. So this is at 1 minus 2. The other piece
Yeah.
is 1 at plus 2, correct? So we have
Yep.
three pieces here, one which is going down, I mean left side of minus 2, which is the line, okay, and the slope of this line is how much? So if I see this,
It's 3.
1, 2, 3 is the slope, correct? So the next step, it goes 1, 2, 3. You can actually find from these 2 points the equation of the line. Is it okay? These 2 points. So the points which we'll work on this is at minus 3, we have a point which is 1, correct? The other
Yeah.
point is at minus 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
So slope m, or the gradient, is 4 minus 1 over minus 2 minus of minus 3, which is what? 3 over
Yeah.
plus
3 over 1.
1, so which is 3, right?
It says 3 is your slope.
Slope is 3, and when we plug in this point 3, we know y equals to 3x plus y-intercept, plugging in 1 point, which is, let us say, minus 2 and 4. So 4 equals to 3 times minus 2 plus b. Taking this on the left side, we get 4 plus 6 equals to b, which is 10. And therefore, the equation is y equals to 3x plus 10. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So we have first equation, which is 3x plus 10 when x is actually less than minus 2. You can, if you want, you can include this, but we will not include it here. We'll include in the center portion, which is a constant portion of 1, 2, 3, 4, correct?
Yeah.
So here it is equal to 4 when x is between minus 2 to plus 2. Is that okay? So we are including
Yeah.
with the horizontal line, and on the right hand side, it is the line is negative 1, 2, 3, correct? And from, so you can actually take this point, which is 2, 3 this time,
Yeah.
and the other point you can take as 3, 1, and then again find slope, which is 1 minus 3 over 3 minus 2, which is minus 2 over 1. So slope is minus 2 here now. Is it okay?
Yeah.
And so we can find the equation as y equals to minus 2x plus b, substituting, let's say, 3, 1. So we get 1 equals to minus 2 times 3 plus b. And therefore, we have 1 plus 6 equals to b, which is 7. And so we get this equation as minus 2x, since slope is 2, and minus 2 plus 7. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
And that is when x is greater than 2.
Okay.
So that is how you do part B, 10, question number 10. 3 different equations, that gives you the whole thing. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, can you do the 12th question, please?
Yeah.
So question number 12, again, we have 3 pieces, correct?
Yeah.
So one piece is between less than 2. So let me write this time in a different way. Less than, less than equal to 2. And the other piece, let us say between 4 and 6, right? So then we have between 4 and 6. I'm not including this time on this side, and on the right hand side, it is greater than 6, right?
Yeah.
And equal to 6. I'm including that in the third portion, which is a line. Now, we'll write individual equations in each. So for the first, we know the y-intercept is 2, right? And the slope is 1 over 3, right? Slope is 1 over 3. So it seems that this equation is basically y equals 2. 1 over 3 x and y-intercept being 2. So it's easy, we can straight away write down. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Now the parabola is with the vertex, which is at 4 and 2, right? So we have a vertex here. And we'll use this vertex to write down the equation. So we have x minus 4 whole square plus 2. So that becomes the equation. Steps are 1, 3, 5, 7. And this is
Yeah.
between that interval. Clear?
Yeah.
The right hand side is a straight line which has one point as at 6, we have a point which is 6, 6. And the other point is shown as 10, 2, right?
Yeah.
Slope is 1, negative. And so we can now find the equation of this line also, right? So m equals to negative 1. So in this case, y equals to negative x plus b. Substituting 6, 6, we get what? 6 minus 6 plus b. And when you bring it here, it is 12 is b. And therefore, this equation is y equals to negative x plus 12. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So we can now write down our function f of x as combination of these three. So one of them is y equals to half x plus 2 when x is less than equal to 2. Is it okay? There is no need to write y because f of x we have already written. And then we have equals to x minus 4 whole square plus 2. And at this time, we're looking at an interval. Let me write interval in a different way this time. Sorry, the interval is from 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't read it properly. It was at
Yeah.
3,
It's
3. Oh,
that's
I
three.
see. Oh, that's
Yeah.
3, right? Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. 3. Okay, 3, 3, 3. Okay, so I didn't read this properly. It's 3.
Yeah.
But I think the calculations were okay because we did, yeah, we have to only check. Calculations were okay, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and this is 3. Sorry, sorry. Correct. Yeah, 3 and 6. Correct. And now I could also write this as open brackets 3, 6. Is it okay? Instead of inequality, I have less space there. I prefer this. And then this is equal to minus of x plus 12 when x is greater than equal to 6. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Correct. So this particular point, which we earlier misread, this particular point is basically 3, 3. Okay. So that is how we are going to do this particular question. Correct. 3, 3. Yeah, we slope. So slope will be of this particular line as minus 1 over 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 1. So 1 over 3. 1/3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a correction. The slope is 1 over 3. I misread the.
Yeah. I did similar over here.
Correct. Okay, that's fine. Correct. So we're done with this portion. Let me clear this now and let's move forward. The question number 11 is clear to you. Can you do question number 11? It's highlighted.
Yeah. I think we can do that. That's fun.
Just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, tell me the equation of this. Question 11. Left side when x is between minus 3 and minus 1, both included. Do you see that? So we'll say minus 3
Yeah.
and minus 1. It's interesting because we have a restricted domain here and it's a parabola, steps 1, 3, 5, 7. So equation is x and vertex is at minus 3. So I'll write x plus 3 whole square, right? And it
Yeah.
is at 0 within that domain. Is it okay? The second equation, which is a straight line coming down, so it is a negative slope, so it is minus, and the slope here is how much? If I check these 2 points, the slope is 1, 2, so it goes down by 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2 right? So minus 2 over 3, correct?
Yeah.
X and the y-intercept seems to be at 2.5. Is it okay?
Yeah.
But you can
That's
calculate.
that's fine.
So
Yeah.
2.5 I'll write. So plus 2.5. And that is on the restricted domain from minus 1 to 3, right? So in this case, x is from minus 1 to 3, where 3 is included, but minus 1 we included in the parabola. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there are word problems now. Can you please read the word problem? We'll answer this.
Yeah. An air conditioning salesperson receives a base salary of 2,850 per month plus a commission. The commission is 2% of the sales up to and including 25,000 for the month and 5% of the sales over 25,000 for the month. Write a piecewise function that relates the salesperson's total monthly income based off his or her sales for the month. Sketch an accurate graph of this piecewise function and determine the salesperson's monthly income if his or her sales were 43,000 for the month.
Perfect. Good. So can you help me uh, finding this piecewise function? So we have first break, which is an air conditioning salesperson receives base salary of 2850 per month plus a commission, right? So the salary function.
Yeah.
So let's say income, we can say, right? So okay, so annotate. We have. Let me write down. So we say salary. Okay, sales. Okay, let's not use sales. We'll use sales for taxes.
Yeah.
Income.
Yeah.
Let's say income. Okay. So is 2850 per month. So it is 2850. Okay, I'll put it in two slabs. I mean, because it's a piecewise function. So 2850 per month plus a commission. The commission is 2% of the sales up to and including 25,000. So 2% means 2 divided by 100.02, right?
Yeah.
And let S be the sales. Is that okay? Let S be the sales. So S is now our independent variable. And this is up to 25,000. So the value of X is from 0, right? And it goes up to 25,000.
Yeah.
So that is first thing. So let us first calculate what is the maximum the salesperson will get if 25,000 is the sales, correct?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so the value of this function for 25,000 is how much? It's very important step. So plug in 25,000, find your answer.
Okay.
So it is 2850 plus 0.02 times 0.02 times 25,000. What do you get?
Yeah. Let me just do the math. Like, let me just add it up.
500, 3350.
Yeah, I got 1 second.
Yeah,
I got like 3,350.
3350 is correct answer because 2% of 25,000 is 2 zeros gone and 250 times 2 is 500. So add 500 to this, right? So that
Yeah.
becomes the maximum for this particular thing. So it begins with 2850, right? So now in
Yeah.
such questions, what we could do is we could break the scale. You get the idea when you do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We could break the scale. So let me just because we want to use it properly, we'll break the scale. And somewhere we'll start and we'll see how the units go, but we have one value in mind. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Now, above 25,000, it is 5% of the sales. So what should be the equation? Above uh, this much. So now the 5% commission is applied. And let me write in a different ink, 2850 is still plus. We are
It's still
getting
plus.
5%, right? On what? We are getting 5% on any amount which is above 25,000, right? So sales minus 250, 25,000. Is it okay? This is very critical part.
Yeah.
So on this particular thing, we are getting sales. Now it is a good idea to, let me just show you one calculation, is that what really happens at this stage. Let me just delete this and
Okay.
then tell you one thing. That is, I want to make it simpler. Think
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this. Think like this. For 25,000, we already got a value. Is it okay?
Yeah.
But anything above that, we will get additional commission of 3% and make it 5. So the minimum which the person gets on this is 3350.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've calculated the value and introduced it right here. That on first 25,000, the salary or income becomes 3350, right?
Yeah.
On this, whatever extra was the sales means above 25,000, only on that amount. See, write a piecewise function that relates salesperson for the month at 5% of the sales over this. So this line is very important. Any if you make 30,000, then in that case, only on 5,000 you get 5%. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like 5%. So let me write 5% first anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Of sales minus 25,000. Does it make sense now?
Yeah. It makes sense.
When sales is greater than 25K. Do you get the idea? Otherwise, I would have been combining the two equations. I did not do that. I calculated the minimum value which we earn in the first 25,000 sales. And then on top of it, whatever was earned, on that value only 5% interest was, 5% commission was given. And therefore, that becomes the equation. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. So now we have to calculate one particular value, determine the salesperson monthly income if his or her sales is this much, right? So let's do that part also. Definitely 43,000 is more than 33,000. So we'll follow the second part, right?
Yeah.
So now let's solve it. So we are doing part C now. So part C is, we know
Okay.
43,000 is the earning, correct?
Yeah.
Is equal to our equation 3350.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we got. Yeah.
So I think we have gone 1 0 less. 2850. That's correct. Monthly income of is 43,000. That's a huge amount. Okay. As compared to these amounts which you are working on, 3350, right?
Yeah.
Determine the salesperson's monthly income if his or her sales were. Oh, that is the sales amount. Oh, sorry. We have to find the income, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll this is the
With
sales. Yeah, that is what I was thinking. Something was wrong. So 3350 plus 0.05 times the difference of 43,000 and 25,000. What do you get?
Yeah. Let me just
Yeah.
calculate
Find the
it.
difference first. 43 minus 25 in thousands.
That's this 43 minus. Yeah. It's 18,000.
18,000, right?
Yeah. So just.
Times it with 0.05, $900,
Yeah.
and then add
4,000.
3350.
Yeah. 4,250. Yeah. It's
You get the
4,000.
idea. So
Yeah.
that is how you're going to calculate. So we have some figures in mind now. Now you can sketch, right? So we are looking for a spread which starts from the base salary of 2,850, and we are going up to kind of 4,000. So okay, so let's start from here. Let's make this as so what do you prefer? So we will go from 2,500.
Okay. Wait, isn't it? Oh, yeah. No, that's right. Yeah.
Correct. So base is 2850. Correct. So
Yeah.
wherever you want to put, you can put 2850, but we have to make a scale, right? So well, if you want to, we can go with. So we have how many divisions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say 10. So we can go each division as 2000, for example, right? 1000 each, right?
Yeah.
Or 500 each. Okay. So let's say this for us is 2800, 2800.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we are saying that every division here is 100.
Yeah.
So 10 will be 1000. Let's say 200 we have to take, right? So let's say 200 each division, right? So,
Yeah.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this becomes 3800.
Hmm? Oh, okay. Okay. I still got
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5. This becomes 4800. I'm just making a rough scale. You make a better
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
so, so what we get here is and on this side we have to put the sales, which is in 25,000 to 43,000. So, okay. So let's put a break there also. So somewhere we can start with, let's say this is 25,000.
Okay.
And then we can have uh, e 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as 1,000, right? So it's 35,000.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 45,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that is how we could make a scale. And then at 25,000, we have a value, uh, which is, okay, we have a value for 3350, which is at 25,000. So 25,000, 3350, we are going up by 200. So 3,000, 3,200, around that much.
Yeah.
And so this is the value. So that is the one maximum first leg.
Okay.
And now it'll be steeper. So at last value you can put at 4250, for example, we calculated as for 43,000 we calculate 4250. So 43,000. So 35, 36. So 30 for 43,000 will be one less than this, right? So here you can go up to 4250. 4250. So 38, 4,000, 4,200, 4250. So that is where it is. So it will go like this. So we have two straight lines to be very clear. I mean, if you enlarge this, this will be one, the other one will be steeper. So that is how you're going to get the two lines where definitely your coordinate points will be, this starting point will be at 0. You get 2850, right? Let's be very clear about it. And this
Yeah.
point here will be at 25,000. We have the income of 3350.
Okay.
And then we
Oh.
put another
Okay.
point where we'll say, well, the sales is
Yeah.
43,000. The income is 4250. Is it okay?
Yeah. 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 I understand.
So you have to put these 3 points clearly on your grid. So, Aryan, is this process clear to you? This is a very important question from test point of view.
Yeah.
And the trick here is getting the second equation.
Correct. Yeah.
So you have to find what is the maximum value here. Once you calculate that value, then you know that the commission is being charged on the amount which is excess of 25,000 in sales. So
Yeah.
on that only you put 5% added to the amount which was already earned up to that point, and then you get your final equation. That is how it should be done. Is it okay?
Okay.
We'll clear the screen and move forward. Next question. Can you please read the question?
Yeah. Certain country taxes the first 20,000 of an individual's income at a rate of 15%, and all income over 20,000 is taxed at 20%.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, Al makes 16,000, Betty makes 36,000. How much is each taxed? Write a piecewise function T that specifies the total tax on an income of X dollars. Make a graph of T. Be sure to plot the points from part A. Katina is taxed 5,000. What is your income?
Perfect. So this is very similar. So you give me an equation. So T is the tax now for us, right? So the tax rate on the first 20,000 is 15%, right? So
Yeah.
we just AI makes this one, Betty makes this one. How much is each tax? We only want to find the tax amount, right? So 15% of the earnings, right? So it is 15% means 0.15 of the earnings. Let's say the earning is X amount. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but this limit is when X is, of course, greater than 0, but it is less than equal to 20,000. Is that okay? So
Yeah.
now
That's fine.
we should also find what is the maximum tax in this limit, right? So what is the tax? So let me write this as T of X, X being 20,000 is equal to what? So 0.15 times 20,000. How much do you get?
Yeah.
30 and then 300. So two zeros gone, 300, right? You're on mute, so you can.
Oh, sorry. It just keeps going to mute for some reason.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
tax is how much? How much do you get?
Uh, 1 second.
Oh,
It's
20,000. Sorry. I wrote 2,000. That is why my calculation wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry for that. 20,000. The screen for me is very small, so I get very
Oh,
little
okay.
space to write down.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
that's fine.
So
Yeah,
0.15
30,000.
times 20,000 will be 3,000. Yeah, one more zero. Correct. So that is the amount taxed on the first uh, 20,000. Now, above 20,000, it is 20%, right? So I'll write the tax function here for you. So it has two slabs. The first slab is 0.15 of x, where it is between 0 and 20,000, correct?
Yeah.
Now it is, you have to pay 3,000 on the first. Do you see that last time we also did something like this? That is why I calculate the maximum amount. So you
Okay.
pay 3,000 on the first 20,000, and then on rest you pay 20%.
Okay.
And that is when x is greater than 20,000. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
That is how you get your statement. Now you can answer rest of the questions. So if AI makes 16,000, Betty makes 36,000, how much are they taxed? So for AI, 16,000, you can plug in. 16,000 is less than 20,000, right?
Yeah.
So that will be 0.15 times 16,000.
16,000.
Correct. So which is 15 times 160, you can say, right? And then multiply and get your answer.
Yeah. I think it's 2,000. Sorry, it's a little slow.
160 plus 80, 240, right?
240?
So 240, I mean, I mean,
It's
2,400.
yeah, 2,400. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Okay. And for 36,000, we have to use the second equation because more than 20,000, correct? So we'll say for Betty, it will be 3,000 plus excess of 20,000 is, oh, I did not write excess. Wait. 0.20 times x minus first 20,000. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So excess of 20,000 is 16,000, correct?
Yeah.
How much do you get?
So we just do, yeah, so times 16,000.
Correct.
And that
That
is
is the difference.
6,200.
How much you get?
6,200.
Okay. So in dollars, that is what you get, right? So we have already written a piecewise function in this regard. Uh,
Yeah,
Specific tax and X dollars. Make a graph. You can make a graph, and these are your critical points, correct?
yeah,
So zero is earning, then zero is tax, right? So it starts with zero, earning zero, zero tax. Then you say, uh, if the tax is 5,000, what is her income? So 5,000 more than 3,000. You can substitute in this equation, solve, right?
yeah.
So the
And then
last one equation I'm doing here, D, 5,000 is the total amount. We write 5,000 equals to 3,000 plus 0.20 into x minus 20,000. Is it okay?
yeah. Wait, why are we using 5,000 in this equation?
Oh, read part D.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, she's taxed 5,000. Okay, okay.
That is the tax, right? So we'll solve for it. Correct?
Yeah.
So
Got
which
it.
is 2,000 divided by 0.2, which is x minus 20,000. Calculate. So when you divide by 2, it is 10,000, correct?
Yeah, you get 10,000,
Plus
and then you have to
20,000.
plus 20,000, so 30,000 is equal to X.
30,000, correct. So that is how you're going to solve this equation. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear. Yeah.
So I hope this concept is absolutely clear how we use piecewise function in real life. So that is taxes and commissions and sales earnings, right? So
Yeah.
these two are good examples normally seen in test papers also.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So we'll end our class here. Uh, can you now summarize what we learned, Aryan?
Yeah, we basically learned how about piecewise functions and how to solve piecewise functions and how when there's and how to work with the inequalities for each piecewise function that's given. And we also graphed the piecewise functions using the inequalities in the range of domains that we had. And then at the end we just did some related piecewise function word problems.
Okay, great. Thank you. If there's any difficulty, get in touch. We'll continue from here onwards in the next class.
Okay.
Okay, have
Okay.
a great
Thank
day.
you. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.